शंकराचार्य मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्
ॐ भद्रं कर्णे विशृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः सुष्ठुवागुंसस्तनूभिः पश्येमेदं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्राश्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.
Okay, any questions, clarifications on what we had done last time? Be specially careful of that 13th verse. He says Dvaita Grahanam is similar in Prajna and Turiya. But Prajna has got Nidra and Turiya doesn't have Nidra. So it's very easy for people to jump to the conclusion of Turiya being a state. Be careful there. Okay? Turiya is a name given to the consciousness. So take it like that. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Any questions, clarifications, or we go ahead? Okay. He says, Swapna Nidra Yutau Vadyo Prajnastu Aswapna Nidraya Na Nidram Naiva Swapnam Cha Turye Pashyanti Nischitaha. Okay. Describing what Turiya is, what the state of consciousness is. Okay, what the nature of consciousness is. Swapna Nidra Yutau Adyo. Okay. Swapna and Nidra is there in waking and dream. Waking and dream. Now he is broadening the definition of dream and deep sleep. What is dream? To mistake something for something else. To see what is not really there. Isn't that what is your dream? How do you describe a dream? That it is only available for you to see it, it is not really there. So, to put it technically, Swapna is Anyata Grahanam. To mistake something for something else. And Nidra is Agrahanam. Not seeing anything. Therefore, Agrahanam and Anyatha Grahanam is deep sleep and dream. Therefore, he includes waking also into dream. He says Anyatha Grahanam is there. Why? What is there is only one consciousness. What are you mistaking it to be? World, sky, sun and the moon and the stars, you, me, everything. And dream is possible because Agrahanam is there. Deep sleep is possible because Agrahanam is there. In the waking also mistaking things is possible because Agrahanam is there. Therefore, dream and waking are characterized by Agrahanam and Anyata Grahanam. Are you all getting this? Agrahanam, avidya, not knowing anything. And because I don't know the truth, I can mistake it to be something else. Anyatha Grahanam. Anyatha, to take it otherwise. So in dream I take it otherwise. Waking also I am taking it otherwise. What is there is only one consciousness, but what I am taking it to be? You, me, sun and the moon and the stars, everything. This whole universe. Therefore, both in dreaming and waking, there is Agrahanam and Anyata Grahanam. Clear about this? If anyone needs further explanation, please ask. Yes, Vijayalakshmi.
Swami, could you explain further? It's not very clear.
Okay. What is deep sleep characterized by? Please answer. What is there in deep sleep?
Complete ignorance. You
Complete
don't know
ignorance.
anything.
Now that complete ignorance is given another name, agrahanam. Got it? Then what is dream?
Dream is you are creating your own imaginary world.
So you are, there is nothing there, but you are taking it as something else.
Yes.
That is called anyata grahanam. Only you are there, your memories are there, your thoughts are there, but instead of seeing it, your memories and thoughts, you are seeing it as a world. Correct? Anyata grahanam, to take it as something else. Otherwise also known as adhyasa. Anyata grahanam.
Thank you. Thank
Now,
you, Swamiji.
one second, it's not over. Okay, it's not over. In waking state, is there agrahanam of the reality, avidya of the reality? सोचना पड़ता है.
Yes, it is there. Yeah.
Therefore, agrahanam is there in waking also.
Yeah.
And anyata grahanam is also there. What is there is one consciousness, but you are mistaking it to be the whole world.
Yeah.
Therefore, he says, dream and waking both have agrahanam and anyata grahanam.
Got it, Swamiji.
Therefore, you don't have to separately now say waking and dream. Say any one is enough. Samsara swapna tulyo hi ragadveshadi sankulaha swakahale satyavad bhati prabhode asad bhavet. Samsara swapna tulyo, the samsara, this world, is like a dream. Ragadveshadi sankulaha, in both states ragadvesha is there. Ragadvesha is indication of your ignorance. Swakale, in its own time, satyavad bhati. Dream appears real when you are dreaming, waking appears real when you are waking. Prabhode sati, when you wake up to the reality, asad bhavet. It's all asat. He doesn't say it is not there. He says it is not real. It's experiential, but not real. Now he says, therefore, Swapna Nidra Yutau Adhyau, the first two, waking and dream, Swapna Nidra Yutau. Prajnastu Aswapna Nidraya. In Prajna was there no dream, but only deep sleep, only Agrahanam. Agrahanam and Anyata Grahanam in waking and dream, only Anyata Grahanam in deep sleep. Because you don't know anything. Now he says, Na nidra naivam cha swapna turye pashyanti nischitaha. Those who know the truth, nischitaha, they were very clear about the truth. He says, Na nidra meaning, na anyata, na agrahanam, avidya, na nidra, na avidya, naiva swapnam cha, nor anyata grahanam. Neither there is dream, nor there is deep sleep. Dream includes waking also, because anyata grahanam. Understand the paradigm that is used. I won't say, oh, dream is not there, dream, but waking, what happened? No. Anyata grahanam. Dream, waking, both are anyata grahanam. Deep sleep is only agrahanam. Therefore, he says, na agrahanam, na anyata grahanam, turye nischita. In the state, in consciousness, what is there? Neither avidya is there, nor mistaken notions are there. Again, the way the words are used, don't jump into the conclusion in the state of Turiya. No, in Turiya, not in the state of Turiya. In consciousness. There is neither waking, nor dream, nor deep sleep. That means there is no avidya agrahanam, nor Adhyasa, Anyata Grahanam. कुछ डाउट है तो पूछो. Some faces look as though they have doubts.
Swamiji, the agrahanam and anyatha grahanam of waking state can be known only through Shastra Praman. Is that correct?
Your experience also, no? Supposing someone had to ask you, do you know your Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahman? Let us say a Pamara, a man on the street who doesn't know anything. Do you think you are Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahman? What will he say? What is that? What is that? Indicating ignorance of the thing. That's experience for him. Anubhava Siddham. If ignorance is Pramana Siddham, it will become real. Remember Adhyasa, the old description, it is Anubhava Siddham. It is established by your own experience. Anyata Grahanam also, you have mistaken it for something else, established by your experience. No? Yeah. So both.
Swamiji, in waking, no?
Yeah.
When you say Agrahanam, then actually it is we know something is there, no? So
Yeah. That much, all that is fine. Some awareness, this, that,
but then we
etc.
still call it Agrahanam.
It's still Agrahanam. In fact, you cannot make a mistake about something unless you are ignorant about something. That's a basic qualification necessary. No? To make a mistake, I must be ignorant about the reality. Any mistake, whatever, I must be ignorant. So, Agrahanam and Anyata Grahanam. This makes up our experience of the world. That means deep sleep, dream, waking. All of them included. By Anyata Grahanam and Agrahanam is there in waking and dream. Yeah, Anu, you have a question?
Yes, Swamiji.
Sure.
Since from the Paramatika level in pure consciousness, there's no Anyata Grahanam or Agrahanam or like Avidya or Adhyasa, is that how we say nothing really ever happens?
Is that?
Is that how we say nothing really ever happens from the Paramatika level?
Yeah.
Thank you.
See, in the beginning we will have to say Paramarthika level, etc. But after that, we don't even make that conclusion. We just say nothing ever happens, period. Yeah. What happens?
Thank
nothing
you.
happens, yeah. Because that is fact, no? Some things seem to happen, nothing really happens. Like, do we have to say, in dream nothing happens? Or nothing is real? You don't have to, no? It's taken. It's understood. It's a given. So your knowledge is clear when you can feel the same thing about waking. Nothing is really there. Nothing is clear. It's okay. कुछ हो रहा है.
Thank you, Swami.
Yeah, संसार का खेल देखो, when I first,
Swamiji,
when I,
sorry,
when
can I ask a...
yeah, please ask.
No, I'll ask after you finish.
Okay. So when I first heard it, what thought came into my mind when it clicked for me. There is an old song, Haji Malanki Mela Aya, Haji Malanki. Haji Malanki is a hillock near Bombay, okay? Near Kalyan, that side. You need to go towards the other side. Not where our ashram places, the other side, where that, what do you call that, that hill station and all is there. It's very popular in the rainy season. On that side you have to go. So similarly, samsar ka khel dekho. It's all a, watch the game. Clear up to
Thank
now?
you, Swamiji. Quick.
Yeah, quick
Yeah,
question.
quick
Sure,
follow-
Anu. Yeah.
A quick follow-up. So that makes total sense that there's nothing really that's happening.
Yeah.
So if anything is happening, if you think anything's happening, you're already in Vyavahara, right? I mean, you can only see it from there.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So we are not dismissing Vyavahara, we are only dismissing the reality of Vyavahara. Your experience of Vyavahara is not dismissed, of course it is there. For the ignorant it is there, for the wise person also it is there. If the experience of Vyavahara is not there for a wise person, how will he ever be able to teach? किधर है स्टूडेंट नहीं है. So even though it is compared to dream etc., waking up to the reality is not like waking up from dream to the waking. When you wake up from the dream to the waking, the dream completely disappears. Only some residual effects can be there. If it is a nightmare, you are still worried, your heart is still pumping. Only those type of residual effects are there. But unlike that, in waking, there is no, when you are awake to the reality, there is no disappearance, experiential disappearance of the world doesn't exist. The world continues as an experience. Only the reality is gone.
By that you mean the cognitive shift, right?
Yeah, it's a cognitive shift alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you'll find these terms used here a lot. Awake to the reality, etc. Yeah. Of course, you are awake to the reality. I mean, what else are you going to say? Inner awakening, etc. You will say. Yeah. For want of any words to really say what it's about. Not that it cannot be said, it can be said well, but in that communication you use some words like this. Okay. So, na nidra naiva cha swapnam cha turye pashyanti nischitaha. So, neither agrahanam nor anyata grahanam is there in when you recognize the consciousness. Okay. Right. अन्यथा गृह्णते स्वप्नः निद्रा तत्त्वमजानतः विपर्यासे तयो क्षीणे तुर्यं पदमश्नुते. Okay, तुरीयं पदम अश्नुते. Okay, you are in the padam of Turiya, in the state of Turiya. What is that? Anyata grahana swapna. To mistake something for something else is swapna. Waking included in swapna now. Okay? Anyata grahana. Nidra tattva majanata. What is nidra? Not knowing the reality. Viparyase tayo kshine. When these two, agrahanam and anyata grahanam, kshine, what is left behind? Turiyam padam. Now, how is that? Look at it. You are a sentient being. Correct? No doubt on that, na? You are a conscious being. You're thinking. Then you have agrahanam and anyata grahanam. Agrahanam is not knowing the reality. Anyata grahanam is mistaking the reality. So you negate mistaking the reality. All the perception is taken as mithya. Nidra about the consciousness or ajnanam about the consciousness is removed. How is that removed? How is agrahanam about the consciousness removed?
By jnanam.
By jnanam. Agrahanam. Agrahanam is what? Avidya. Avidya is in your mind. It has to go by jnanam. And how do you get the jnanam?
Shastra.
Pramana. Yes. Not by anything else. Don't say now meditate, sit down and meditate. So by the pramana vichara. So when agrahanam and anyata grahanam is removed from this conscious being, what is left behind? The consciousness.
Consciousness.
That is Turiyam Padam, he says. I consciousness is a Turiyam Padam. Remember, that's why that seventh verse I was repeating again and again. Chaturtham Manyante. Because any language that is used can lend itself to misinterpretation, depending upon what is inside your mind. If Turiya has been taken as a state because of all the yoga and the Neo Vedanta you have been exposed to, Neo Vedanta and other things will always present it as an experience. That's the problem. Not as you. So, as long as that is there, you will misunderstand it. You will misinterpret it. So, when that is not there, from you the consciousness remove adhyasa and avidya. What is left behind? The consciousness or kya? Because I am body, etc. is adhyasa. Anyata grahana in this language now. Anyata grahana. And not knowing agrahanam. Instead of the word avidya, he is using agrahanam. That's all. Not knowing. Negate those two. Now, here is where it comes. Here is where the problem comes. When you say negate the two, anyata grahanam is negated by yourself. No? You can do that. A Viveki can do it. Someone who has the Viveka of an Uttamadhikari can do it on your own. I am not this, not this, not this, I am the Sakshi, the witness. All that you can do. Drigdrishi Viveka, Atma Anatma Viveka. That's why they are qualifications. If they also required Vedantic teaching, there wouldn't be qualification. But most of us require some helping hand. Therefore, the Prakarana Granthas and even the other, the Shruti will talk about it. Because we require a helping hand. Even to develop proper Viveka. Otherwise, we will have to follow other disciplines to get Viveka. Either Yoga Shastra, Agama Shastra, whatever, martial arts, Qigong, all that. You will have to practice enough to develop enough Viveka and then come to Vedanta. Or, since you already come to Vedanta, take a helping hand and develop it. Yeah. Easier way. Okay. So, once that is there, that is done by yourself. So then people immediately jump to the conclusion that agrahanam also I can do. All I have to do is it is my Swarupa, no? So I'll be in my Swarupa. Because when you learn yoga, the Agama Shastra or any other system, including Tai Chi, Qigong, etc., there is these definitions of meditation as Swaswarupa Nishtha, etc. Look into the Yoga Sutras, those of you who are into yoga. Swaswarupa Nishtha, etc. These type of things are defined. But what is the Swarupa is not defined. So, Swarupa Nishtha. Alright, Swarupa Nishtha. What will you do? Swarupa Nishtha, no? I just sit down and keep quiet. So, Swamiji used to say, so from a restless idiot, you become a quiet idiot. Very good. You will not disturb anybody else. Puja Swamiji used to say that, you know. From a restless idiot, you become a quiet idiot. At least others are not disturbed. Good. This removal of agrahanam is by jnanam. And jnanam comes with pramana vichara. You study any other system other than Vedanta. They will always try to put a practice for removing agrahanam. Any system you take. That impinges into Vedanta and so now you have Neo Vedanta which goes into the same mode. So when we challenge that, they'll say, but meditation, etc. is necessary, no? We don't say it's not necessary. We don't say karma is not necessary. To prepare your mind, you require all that. But don't put that into the pure Tattvamasi. Into removal of agrahanam, don't put into that. Yeah. So there comes the question that agrahanam is removed only by pramana vichara. That pramana vichara becomes important. How else are you going to remain in your own state? You are always in your own state. Now, are you in any other state? Is there any time when you are not consciousness? Is there any time when you are not consciousness? Even when you are asleep, you are consciousness. No? Because you know you slept. Therefore, you are always a consciousness. When are you not the consciousness? So, what is the difference? The difference is you know or you don't know. Don't know agrahanam. No grahanam. How do you know? Pramana. Simple as that. और कुछ बात नहीं है, इतना ही है. But be careful if you are reading other books on Mandukya, Karika, etc. ये गड़बड़ बहुत होता है. Shine turyam padam ashnute. Okay. Then he says, Anadi maya suptaha yada jivaha prabudyate ajam anidram aswapnam advaitam budyate tada. Anadi maya suptaha, asleep with beginningless maya. Okay. Yada jivaha prabudyate, when the jiva wakes up, that jiva wakes up, then what? Ajam, timeless, unborn, literally unborn. Unborn means timeless. Anidram, no ignorance, no agrahanam. Aswapnam, na anyata grahanam. Advaitam budyate tada. Tada advaitam budyate. So how does this waking up happen? How did we wake up from the dream to the waking? The dream lion roared at me and I got startled and I woke up. So in waking, the guru roars at you and you wake up. That's why I see the gurus also have mane and the roar of the Shastra, the roar of the Ganges. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. The roar of the Ganges, the roar of the Shastra wakes you up. There is no other waking up. This is all nicely poetically put, but you have to understand what the content is also there. How do you wake up? The thing is, either waking up from dream or deep sleep is not in your hand, is it? You think it is in your hands. Really speaking, it is not. It's a prarabdha that makes you wake up. You see that happening, no? अरे आज संडे है, संडे का दिन है, सोने का दिन है. The song is something else. Rajnikant in one of the movies. Sunday का दिन है, dash 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 पीने का दिन है. But Sunday का दिन है, आज आराम से सोने का. So you keep the phone away, you keep the alarm away, everything away. Nothing to disturb. सो जाओ मस्त आराम होके. But at 6 o'clock your eyes open up. Arey, it's only 6 o'clock, सो जाओ. You close your eyes. You toss and turn. After half an hour you say, नहीं आता यार, क्या करेगा? One day I can get to sleep, I don't get sleep. Why? Prarabdha. World is calling, where are you? Your prarabdha is calling, experience are there to be there. Where are you? Prarabdha. So waking or dream is not in your hands. Prarabdha. Similarly here, knowing the truth, prarabdha takes you to your guru. Prarabdha takes you to your guru. And then, after that you have to make all that effort of learning. There also where we are making the effort, the teacher has to make all the effort of teaching. You just have to expose your mind. Drop all your notions for the time being and listen. Okay, fine. Then doubts will come up, mananam, etc. Those things fine. Then owning up in meditation, all that is fine. But that's all that has to be done. Therefore, for this agrahanam to go, you need that teaching. It won't go without that. Reading, etc. will not serve the job. I am telling you, even this videos that I put up are a poor substitute for live teaching. Even the Zoom class is a poor substitute for live teaching. Those of you who attend my physical class also, immediately you know the difference. One day, Sunday, you are caught up with something, so you attended on Zoom. And next Sunday, you came for a physical class. Oh my God, this class was so much better than last class. The Swami is the same, okay? The teaching is the same. But this is different. This comes close, I accept that. Because you can ask a question, all that thing can be, it comes close. But it's not the same. Not the same. Therefore, that Pramana Vichara that is being done, the analysis of the Upanishad, etc., that is what it is, okay? Then, of course, you will find Ajam, your true nature as Ajam, Anidram, no ignorance, Aswapnam, no Anita Grahanam, Advaitam Buddhyate Tada. Then you know that you are nothing but Shantam, Shivam, Advaitam. Chaturtam manyante sa atma sa vijñeya. 7th verse. Back here. Tada vidyate. Alright. But what about the prapancham? Prapancham meaning? Why do you say use prapancham for the world? How is the word prapancham come up? Bola hai pehla.
5 senses because of the...
Okay, 5 senses in a 5-fold manner, you understand? Yep.
5 Mahabhutas.
Pancha Mahabhuta, yeah, Pancha Mahabhuta. Their philosophy, that's a paradigm of creation mentioned in the Upanishad, in the Shastra. Therefore, Prapancham Prakarshena. 5 in groups of 5, 5, 5, etc. One paradigm of creation, okay? Therefore, Prapancham. Prapancho yadi vidyate. Nivartate na samshaya. Are you seeing a creation? Of course, yes. Nivartate na samshaya. It can be negated. What is mithya is subject to negation. Yat trikalena bhatihi tad mithya. Remember, I have put up these definitions of mithya in all our groups. Maybe someone can put it again in this group. I don't know where is it there on my phone or not. Therefore, prapanchaha na vidyate. Yadi vidyate, badhyate. Nivartate na samshaya. Because all that is there is what? If you are seeing it, when are you seeing it? In waking. When are you seeing it? In dream. And in deep sleep, not seen. Therefore, your own anubhava, your own experience negates it, isn't it? The Shastra doesn't have to come and really negate it. The negation of the world as mithya is implicit in your experience of waking, dream and deep sleep. If waking was real, it will be there. The world will be there even when you are dreaming, even when you are asleep. But for you it is not there. You have negated it. Why? It's only an experience. And do we all really live in the same world? We live in the world of perception. We live in a world of our perception. Now, what is reality? Even you look at it from your functioning standpoint. What is reality? Only perceptions. Some perceptions more objective, some perceptions less objective, that's all. But they're all perceptions only. No? Where is the reality in any one of them? I can fight tooth and nail over it, yeah. Certain perceptions may be important, but from the standpoint of Vedanta, it's all mithya. Whether it's a religious idea, political idea, it's all perception. Economic idea. In fact, even science, half of it is only perception. All of us who are fully into science, who have studied a little bit in depth in science, there's nothing scientific about science actually. It's perception only. In fact, first you theorize about a particle and then you create a condition for you to see it. And now it existed for what? For a few nanoseconds. Not one complete second. Oh, this goes further in proving the Big Bang theory. Revade. Say that. We are not accepting science as not functional reality. We are accepting that. But even then, a lot of it is only perception. And in American schools, they take it to that other extreme. Since it's only perception, then you have to have religious education also because that's another perception. At least this has got some objectivity. That religious education has got no objectivity. First God created man, then he took a rib from the man and he made a woman. That's one perception. Another perception, God created man, then he said, let me do better, and he created woman. Another perception. What do you want? Take whatever you want. Perceptions. No, these are divine revelations. They are divine revelations. When you look at the revelations, there is nothing divine about it. What are you talking about? It's your own subjective perceptions. No, divine revelation. You should not marry your daughter-in-law. Correct? Your daughter-in-law should be treated like a daughter. You not marry her. But if your son is adopted, then you can get them divorced and you can marry her. Divine revelation. This is all your subjectivity, your desires projecting itself into a revelation. Highly subjective. Yeah, Mangala. You have a question?
Yeah, Swamiji, when you say perception,
Yeah.
that concept itself, it is mithya.
Yeah.
Because perceive, it is something.
That's what I'm saying. Na? There is no reality, there is only perception.
Yeah, it is only a perception and it is something different than you.
Yeah, true. Therefore, where the reality is all this only. Perceptions only. Perceptions make up the world. Anyata grahanam. Why we are saying all these perceptions are not true? Because the underlying fact is agrahanam, avidya. So every perception is tainted by avidya. First is this is real. Then you will fight like cats and dogs over it. No? My perception is real. What is it? You're okay about this, you're okay about that. Yeah, because everything is only person. I'm okay about whatever you. You're not taking a stand, there is no this. Yeah, I take a stand when stands have to be taken. In Vyavahara, there are certain things important enough to take a stand. Not all these things. How you sit, how you eat, what you wear, what dress you. These are not things to take a stand on. State of the nation, okay. I'll take a stand on that. It's important enough. It's also mithya, but you can take a stand on it. Yeah, nation is mithya, no? Is nation satyam? Because our borders have kept on expanding and contracting. Mithya, no? Every border. Countries that were there are no more existing now. Where is Czechoslovakia? It's a very important country when we are sailing. Abhi to hai hi nahi hai. It has become Serbia, Croatia and all. A nation doesn't exist. Mithyatam of the whole thing. So, that Anyata Grahan, to see that your whole waking experience is nothing but Anyata Grahana, is important. Based on Agrahanam. Then what if you know the truth? If you know the truth, you will just take it as something experiential. But now even to make the statement, you will take it as something experiential becomes difficult, because in today's world, experience is given so much of importance. I am saying this on the basis of my experience. I was having a discussion with someone. They turned around and said, it's your experience, valid for you, may not be valid for everyone else. Correct, no? Then what? Then that means only experiential, not valid for everyone. I remember we had a Hindi teacher in school who tried to put this into your heads at that time. See, सब एक दृष्टिकोण ही है, he used to say. I mean, we are not in 9th standard, 10th standard. We are not great. I mean, 9th standard, 10th standard, how are you going to explain to a 15-year-old, 16-year-old that everything is only perception? Very difficult to explain to that kid. But he didn't. So in Hindi, so background was UP background. Says here is a person, सब मालिश कर रहा है तेल से, तेल मालिश, चंपी. So someone who is doing kusti will come and see it. A wrestler or a bodybuilder will see it. बहुत अच्छा, और मालिश करो, मजबूत बन जाएगा. और एक फकीर जा रहा है, साधु इज गोइंग. क्या कर रहा है? चित्ता में जल्दी जलने का है क्या? Are you getting ready to burn the body fast on your funeral, on the funeral pyre? What are you doing? ये तो दृष्टिकोण ही है. He is right. Took me some time to understand that. Until I heard Swamiji, I didn't understand what he is saying, but he is saying it. The whole thing is nothing but perception. There is an example I remember. There is an example also I remember. Because it's only a perception. Like I used to pull my lady friends' legs with this, Makeup. Why are you bluffing the world? Hey, Chan, this is makeup, ladies are allowed to make. I know, but it's all lying. How can you say it is lying? Then why is it called concealer? The first thing you will put is a concealer after putting the base. I mean, elaborate makeup. I'm just not just touching up here and there. Elaborate makeup. First you make the base and then you will put concealers. Why are you putting concealers? Agrahanam. Therefore, you can take it as Anyata Agrahanam. This is thoda Vedanta tha, iske liye college mein I used to pull all the girls' legs like that. Okay. It can affect your popularity with the opposite sex unless you make it up in other ways. Okay. Okay. Prapancho yadi vidyate nivartatena samshaya. It is bound to negation. Bound for that. Maya matram idam dvaitam advaitam paramartataha. Therefore what? Maya matram idam dvaitam, the whole duality. Maya matram. Based on your agrahanam and anyatha grahanam. Bas, yehi hai. Advaitam paramartataha. Free from all this paramartataha. So the trick is to get into vyavahara with the paramartha drishti. Samjhi, how do you do that? How do you do that? Get as real and authentic as possible first. Important. Don't wear a chip on your shoulders. I'm a student of Vedanta. No? I've been studying Vedanta for 10 years. 10 years में क्या किया था? 10 साल हो गए, क्या हो गया? Yeah, Ananta, you have a question.
Yes, Swamiji. Knowing that everything is perception, how does one uphold dharma?
Same way. Now, dharma is also a perception. But there are certain things closer to the reality. Like, what is there is a rope. I have mistaken the rope for a snake. So that snake is purely mithya. Rope is also mithya, no? But rope is closer to the reality compared to the snake. It's mithya, it's closer. Because there is some vyavaharika in it. Similarly, there are a lot of things which are only perception. Dharma is more universal. We are not saying dharma is not mithya. Okay, dharma is mithya. That's why a person who knows the truth is not conditioned by dharma also. Ko vidhi, ko nishedaha. That's the statement. Okay? But the dharma is universal. Therefore, closer to the reality than adharma. Than other things. Yeah, it's closer. And it will help you prepare the mind to get into the reality. Because if you are living in dharma is relative, universal but relative, living by dharma, then your mind is more objective. You cannot look at dharma unless you have without being objective. Or you cannot have dharmic values in it without being objective. Objectivity is one of them. Therefore you are closer. That helps you prepare the mind for knowing the truth. Therefore it is a validity. It helps human functioning. Even simple functioning. Hey, it is raining. If I say it's raining and you have to look out to double check, what functioning can we have? Even something simple as this you have to check. So that basic dharma helps that. Helps vyavahara. Dharma is there only in vyavahara, not without vyavahara. Dharma gives you a base for anyatha grahanam functioning. Gives it a certain base closer to the reality so that you can lift yourself off from that to understanding the truth. That's why dharmas have to be universal. No religious dharma can contradict universal dharma. A religious dharma can extend, enhance a universal, but cannot contradict. Cannot contradict. Like ahimsa is a dharma. My religion may extend it to animal life, for example. Some religions may not extend it to animal life, only human beings. That human beings is universal dharma. So a religion comes and says extend it. Fine. That's an extension. It cannot contradict. If you believe in my religion, I will have ahimsa towards you. If you don't believe, I will cut your head off. That is contradicting a universal. Therefore, the universal, samashti, is closer to Ishvara, closer to the reality. In fact, dharma is nothing but a manifestation of Ishvara. As a manifestation, it is mithya. But it's closer to reality. That's why universally recognized. That's why even you see, if you have seen even a fanatically religious person functioning against dharma, so little bit work himself up, little bit condition himself. Either there has to be a lot of brainwashing, and in spite of the brainwashing, there has to be a little bit working up. You have to shout and this and that. Even a dharmic war, let us say we are not aggression, we are only war to defend ourselves. Okay? Which is fine. We have a right of self-defense in all religions and there. Even then, because it involves killing, etc., which is from the absolute level adharmic, relative level dharmic, okay, you will need to work yourself up. That's why battle cries, etc., becomes important. Jai Mahakali, Ayo Gurkhali, Gurkhali Ayo Re. All these cries are what for what? Because you have to little bit work that up, because it's not human to go and kill somebody. You will flinch from it. You will flinch. Listen, no one will forget the first person they have killed. I'm talking about soldiers, okay? I'm not talking all of us who killed. No one forgets that. Especially if it was 1-to-1, nobody will forget that. Maybe an unknown person, but you'll always remember it. Because it changes something in you. So that's where dharma comes into the picture. Yeah, universal, closer to the reality. Yeah. Adharma, etc., further removed. Yeah. Okay. Therefore, Advaitam Paramarthataha. Okay. Then he says, Vikalpaha Vinivartate Kalpita Yadi Kenacha Upadeshadayam Vadaha Jnate Dvaitam Na Vidyate. Vikalpaha Nivartate Kalpito Yadi Kenacha. If Dvaita, Vikalpa meaning various things being there. Vikalpa is not like doubts here, okay? It is not compared like Sankalpa Vikalpa, no. Dhatoho Anekartatvat. Vikalpa here meaning all the different this thing. Yadi Kalpate, if it was someone's imagination, it would have gone by its own, no? Okay. Upadesha Vadaha Jnate Dvaitam Na Jate. These are all Vadas for Upadesha, he says. Why? Look at this. First we say it's Mithya. If it is Mithya, is not there, no? Why do you need Dharma? If it is Mithya, why do you need Dharma? If it is Mithya, why do you need teaching? If it is Mithya, why do you need teaching? Which Mithya should go on its own. I said, no, it doesn't go on its own, even though it may be your Kalpana. That snake will not go unless you see the rope, unless someone shows you the rope, or you see the rope on your own. Then that case possible. When you saw a snake, Ray, let me see your torch. Oh. Then you have a sheepish grin on your face. There it works because the pramana you can handle. Pramana is your eyes. You are meant to handle. Somebody else can show the torch, but you have to still see it. So similarly here, all these explanations, why Vidya has come, why this thing has come, all there is what? Vadaha. For Upadeshaha. Vadaha for Upadeshaha. Dvaitam naiva vidyate. There is no duality at all. Either. Where is the duality? Not there. Then why are you doing all these explanations? Because your mind is stuck in duality. Because your mind is stuck in duality, we are forced to teach. Otherwise, what is the necessity of teaching? Swamiji, please tell me the truth. Eh? What truth? You are the truth. Your consciousness. Go. Okay, na? Am I saying anything wrong? Someone comes and tells me, yeah, duality is a perception, correct. But it will not go on its own. Supposing someone comes and tells me, yeah, what is the truth? What truth? All these false is only a perception. You are the reality. Go. Right or wrong? I'm right. But will that guy get any help out of it? All this, na, your imagination. Kuch hai hi nahi. All these are perception. What is there is only the truth. You are the reality. The whole universe, yeah, you are the reality. Go. Either the guy will say, पागल बन गया ये, or he will say, oh, बहुत पहुंचा हुआ महात्मा है, great mystical master he is. Two extremes can be there. Okay. That's not teaching. That dismissal. Teaching is helping the person who is stuck in duality to understand what is non-duality. Therefore, there is a certain methodology, etc. Therefore, certain validation of certain things has to be done, even though they are not true. Validation is not saying they are true. Validation is saying right now it's functionally valid. That's all. Like when you go to a therapist and the therapist validates your emotion, or your feeling is natural, Baba. With these things happening, you will naturally feel upset. You feel good about it. Then he will confront your thinking behind that emotion and dismiss that. Validate your emotion. So as a person you feel validated. Then dismiss the thinking. Same thing is done in Vedanta. Or kya hai? Acha, this, you're seeing all these things. Barabar hai. It's all this. We'll give a theory for creation. Aisa ho gaya. Panchikaranam, Big Bang, steady state. Give whatever you want. In the beginning. Then you will come to saying it's only perception. Maya matam idam. Yeah. Dvaitam na vidyate. Remember, Mandukya Karika. This is not Tattva Bodha or Atma Bodha. This is Mandukya Karika. Therefore, where is Dvaitam? Naitam Vidyate. Vadaha sarvam. All these are explanations. Later on also you will say Upaya sarve evete. All Upaya avadharaya for you to understand. Because mind is stuck in duality. If the mind is stuck in duality, you have to take from there too. That's why we give example Chandra Shaka, Nyaya, etc. To see the moon through the branch of the tree. So point out the tree and from the tree you branch out and see the moon. Provided the mind goes on with the tree to the moon. The mind starts the discussion on the tree, it won't work. Okay. After that, the 8th verse of the Upanishad comes in. Okay, it's mixed up. The Karika and the Upanishad is all mixed up together. But good place to stop. Given you a lot to think about. We did some 5-6 verses today. Okay, yeah, 5 verses we have done. सोच लो थोड़ा, बहुत अच्छा है. लोहे का चना है, थोड़ा चबाना पड़ता है ऐसे. Taranand Giris. Okay. You have to chew it a bit. Yeah. Actually, Mandukya Karika is not to be studied like this. It should be studied in an ashram setup every day, at least one class. You blow your mind out. For that ashram etc. has to be ready, then we will see. वो कैंप में नहीं हो सकता, it's too long. Yeah. Okay. Good place to stop. Oh, that's it.